everyone, and welcome back to another video of me making my gacha life or drawings into Sims. Today we are doing two characters that are my favorite, who are Semi and Raven. Alright, so let's start with my character Semi, who is on the screen at the moment. So Semi was born in Tokyo. Her mother left after birth and Semi was raised by her father. So growing up, Semi was a very lonely kid and always bullied by other mums because her father was picking her up from school or primary or, just in general life. Because my backstory towards this is because we're setting this into a world or I guess it's like years ago, it was based years ago, or it's like kind of modern but also a bit of like olden day features to it. So of course mothers was known to look after kids, even though in my world, because I've actually thought of a name and it's called Sakura Sans. So yeah, I kind of wanted the dad to be more like the father figure because of course Semi doesn't have anyone else in her life. So Semi loves making robots. Semi made Raven, who is on the screen with her. So Raven is her own creation that she actually decided to do when she was younger. So her father was always into making robots. Her father was literally loved machines. He literally would make loads of machines when Semi was growing up. So of course Semi kind of grew up with the knowledge of making robots. So of course Semi when she was younger, she kind of drew a picture of Raven and was like, "Dad, I want this made," kind of like that. And of course over time Semi's dad taught her how to make robots because of course Semi wanted to know how to learn robots, and her father of course was willing to do it because he wanted his own daughter to have what he experienced and everything like that. Semi is the 11th hero, and at the start of the series she is 19 and at the end she is 23. So let's talk why she made Raven. So growing up, Raven was bullied. She was called by many boys, she was called ugly, unattractive, all those horrible words that you could ever possibly imagine to say to a girl. And of course Semi of course then was like, well, felt like she was not going to be loved by anyone. So that's why she asked her father that one day to make a robot for her. But of course her father said, no, he's not gonna make it, you're gonna make it because Semi can do it and it'd be out of her own love and her own personal taste and stuff. So of course Semi set off on our adventure and made Raven. Of course there was many attempts of making Raven, and of course there was I think there was 6 projects of Raven or even more than that, and they all failed. But then Raven, who is on the screen, came and he was perfect. He was literally the best robot she's ever made. And then of course she keeps making, she's literally, she just loves Raven to bits, and she made him for her personal use. And of course he's a protector as well. And of course he doesn't die, so if she gets hurt in battle, he won't get affected by it. So that is why. And I got here, her birthday is October 7th, making her a Libra. We finally got Libras. Yeah, so if you're a Libra, this is your character. I'm actually Aquarius, so I don't know why I got so excited, but so Raven protects Semi with his love. So even though Raven doesn't can't feel or can't really feel feelings, he still will I think Semi trained him to feel a bit of pain and stuff because she has that power to do so. So of course, yeah, I actually like these two together a lot, even though her backstory is horrible, especially with the bullying. I think her father did a lot. Their love is strong. I can remember I have made loads of my own type of fan art of these guys, and I literally love them to bits. I mean, Raven probably be this robot who doesn't really understand what Semi's saying, but I still feel like Semi will still be he's just perfect, he's better than regular men in her opinion. She probably I don't need regular men, he's the better one. Unfortunately for her eyes, if you notice, her eyes are like a pig purple and yellow colour. I couldn't really do them in Sims, and her outfit I tried making it really close as possible, but I didn't have a perfect one for her. So yeah, but I really do like these characters a lot, to be honest. There's not really much on this page about them, like what I can see. There's a bit of Raven, but I want to talk about Raven when he pops up on the screen instead of coming. Oh, Semi's element is fire, and she's an axe user. That was what I wanted to say. I'm so sorry, but yeah, Raven is Semi is a axe user, and she uses fire. That's why her color palette is red. I think it's kind of obvious if I use like bright colors, it'd be like, oh, that she's red, you know, so she's fire, you know, it's kind of supposed to be that obvious. In total, there is 7 elements, but I will also, as I mentioned further down, well, I didn't really mention it, I just put a edit on it. I will talk about a lore in another video. I will also show all my characters and hopefully in that video, so you know, hopefully that will be more explaining about the lore and the city and everything about what I'm planning to do for my comic. I think, if I see here, because I got it here, we meet Semi in about chapter 20 and 21 is when she finally shows. That is the chapters, because I'm kind of wrote a plan, so for my comic when it comes out, she should be in chapter like 20 or 21, because that is where I put her. And I have a quote here already, like, I'm not gonna voice it because I feel like that's embarrassing. I don't know, I probably will, but one day, I don't know. I feel like it's a bit embarrassing, but she talks about another character, because she kind of, there is in total, if I show you, no, I'm not going to show you. There are 16 heroes in total, but they talk in the start of this comic only about 15, because there's only 15 at the start, because one of them doesn't come in until later, because we don't meet him until later. So anyway, this then is Raven. So Raven is a robot built by Semi. As we can all see, he is the robot. I actually like Raven. So Raven's power is earth, whilst Semi is fire. So you can kind of tell that if she burns something, Raven won't be happy. I kind of like that idea of like Raven kind of, if she burns something, he can restore it with his earth, just, you know, to cover up her, like, whatever she's done, because literally she probably burns everything. Raven doesn't look like he cares for Semi, but he really does love her. So he does, because he's a robot, he's just gonna have that one like moody face look. He's not a hero on like my graph thing, because of course he's a robot, so I don't really think I count robots as humans, to be honest. So Raven follows Semi's instructions. He sometimes acts like he has no emotion, but he does. So kind of what I done, I know this is gonna be weird, like literally, I know this, but I kind of feel like for some reason Semi had gotten organs so he can do few things. Like he doesn't have a heart, but he'll have like other organs. I guess more like, cause I guess it's kind of weird. I know this is very weird. Like literally, I get it. I know. It's I don't know if I should say it or not. But he does have one specific organ. I think. Well, I don't even know if it's an organ. I don't think it's an organ, to be honest. But I'm not sure if this is an organ. I think it's more of a, like, it's a body part. That is all I'm gonna say. It's a body part. Alright, so Raven's birthday is December 27th, making him a Capricorn. So if you're a Capricorn, this is your character. Of course, as I say in all my videos of this series, there will be more characters that should be your zodiac sign. So if you don't like any of these characters, there will be more. So, you know, you can kind of pick and choose. I honestly don't care. Yeah, but I do like these characters. Of course, finding the outfits for these characters was really hard, and of course I couldn't find any hair that was in a ponytail for him. I'm awful. I'm so sorry. I couldn't find any. Also, his hair color didn't match. I noticed. I am really sorry. I think I should have made it more like just click on the actual green on the hair, so then I was able to actually change it. But of course I was not in that mood at that time. So of course his hair looks really dark, even though it is supposed to be light. And I think Semi's hair should have been lighter, because I'm looking at them on the screen now. I'm like, why did I not go lighter? Look, I'm trying. But I think it's because I had it on brown. If I didn't have it on brown, I would have been able to like change the color. So if I clicked on the like green and main hair, it should be able to see, because as you can see it's on brown when I should have put it on green to make it more closer. Oh, I didn't think about that at that time, to be honest. To be honest, his hair was really hard. I didn't really know, so I stuck with the half up, half down. There is a picture of him with half up, half down anyway, but it's mainly when he goes to sleep, because I feel like Semi, right, would do his hair. I literally picture Semi just going, Raven, come here, I'm gonna like put your hair in a plait, or I'm gonna tie your hair up or something. I just feel like she'll just be like that sort of person, you know, just like making her hair light, tying his hair up and everything. Of course his palette is green, because as I said, he's an earth user. He uses a bamboo stick. We don't talk about that. I don't know why, like for some reason I couldn't think about weapons, and then I was like, oh, what if like he fights with a bamboo stick? Would that do damage? I'm not sure. Maybe. Well, I mean, he does have probably good enough strength to grip it and like whack with it, but would it do much damage? I think Semi will do more damage. Also, I didn't notice until I was redrawing Semi again, and she has fire on her axe, and I didn't notice that detail because I was drawing her in my own style, because my style's completely changed again. And I was like, oh, she'll look good with fire coming off her axe. Oh my god. I looked back on the reference, this photo, and I was like, oh, she already has that happening anyway, so I wasn't far off. But yeah, I have so many pictures of Semi and Raven together. It is ridiculous how many times I've drawn them. I feel like this is bad, but online I do tend to use bases, so just people put up bases on Pinterest, but for some reason Pinterest people don't like putting creators on this to say who created it, so of course I can't really tag the creators. But yeah, these are bases I use, and then of course you just draw your characters. But in my sketchbook that I would do a tour on soon, that's all my actual drawing. That's how my style is. That is like everything is just hand drawn by me. I've just used I just look at poses on Pinterest, like reference poses to see, and of course then I'll just copy it kind of in my own way. I'll change it a lot, and then I'll just make my own character in it. There's many characters actually. I've added loads more characters. So hopefully you all enjoyed this series, and thank you so much for watching, and see you all in another video. Goodbye for now.